for the court of the crimson.
Welcome back, episode actually 120 of Revisited. And why not bring it a little full circle? The first video we ever did.
Don't say that like this was planned.
We're
or
so
anything.
great. We're so amazing.
How about we hit them with one of these? You know, like when it's like right here.
Yeah.
It's not,
and it never comes.
It's neither up nor down.
We are looking at Oceaniz. He was the very first Revisited episode we did. He was the very first content creator that actually came to the channel and talked about us and other things. He's moved away from the part 5 stuff, and
he's moved away from anime in general.
Has he?
Yep. Mostly a Monster Hunter channel.
Oh,
not even mostly, entirely.
Interesting.
He talked about it on. He used to have a podcast called Shonen and Chill where they would.
I knew about that one.
Read manga chapters in Shonen Jump weekly by weekend and just recap them and give their thoughts on everything. Kind of enjoyable to hear them talk about My Hero when it was going downhill.
Of course.
Other than that,
they ended it.
No, he left it and then somebody else came in.
Is that person not as good?
No, he's better.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because especially considering it's mostly just the parts that I listen to, it's the My Hero bashing, and then I'm out because they're both just like this just ain't it.
It's really not it. Yeah, it's been a minute since we talked about part 5, and when we were going through the videos, we were like, let's talk about a part 5. So this is actually one of the earliest videos we added to the playlist that we're tackling. We are talking about King Crimson, Dominance, Terror, and Power by, of course, Oceaniz. Description, boys.
Yeah, there's really nothing to say. I mean, he is, but it's final villain stuff. It's nothing revolutionary outside of just having a completely broken power to the point where it was just like, well, we just need to boost an even more broken power, which is just not very
fun.
Spoilers for Golden Wind. Read the warning in the beginning of the video. The boy has finally appeared in the anime, and to celebrate that, let's dive into why I love this weird, confusing mess of a stand.
Did he know? This video will cover Golden Wind in its entirety. I will explain how King Crimson works. I very much doubt that. As well as spoil the boss's name. Here, bosses is spelled incorrectly. But I don't understand why this would need to be a revelation. It's not like in other parts, which I am not going to name, where somebody they knew and that's the culprit. Mm-hmm. It's literally just
a name.
Some dude that had no significance name-wise or story-wise until he appeared.
It's not like it's Narancha's father or something like that, so his last name would type like, no, it's just some guy. Just
spoil the boss's name, personality, and his plan within the story's second half. Nothing more, nothing less. So proceed at your own discretion.
This is very odd because this is old Oceaniz. Old 4 years ago Oceaniz. So
has he improved within his Monster Hunter stuff at the very least?
Why would I know that? I don't know if in Monster Hunter.
Who knows?
Why would I watch Monster Hunter stuff?
Let's get into it.
Oh, this is his 2, 4, 6, 8, 10th video.
Was the brilliance of Golden Wind before or after?
After.
Ooh.
Not too far after, though.
Ooh.
2, 4, 6, 17th video.
Ooh. That's still not great.
This is the oldest video. Have we done Bakugo Crushed by Expectations?
Yes.
Did we?
Yes, we did. Because the first time we wanted to do it, it was the Lost episode, and then we finally completely tackled it.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Ew.
You forgot about the blue background that just assaults you throughout the video.
They kind of all just mushed together with the Bakugo video.
Hey,
so
that's fair.
How was I to know?
I wonder if there's anybody clapping for current My Hero Academia War Arc My Hero? How could they possibly?
We just did a video.
No, that was about a very specific thing.
Still my War Arc stuff. I will look into it after.
I wouldn't. You're just gonna get mad. It's just gonna become a My Hero playlist.
My Hero Month 2 coming up. No, it's not. Don't ask for it, but maybe it is. Who
I
knows?
forgot to put on my filters. Whatever. We'll live. We should do a sequel month for one of these months at some point. This is on screen for a very long time. There we go.
JoJo as a series is no stranger to unsettling, disturbing villains with equally terrifying abilities. However, in my opinion, there is one that takes these factors to an incredibly effective extreme, both in his character and especially in his stand, due to how these ideas are completely and utterly integrated with both the origin and the execution of that stand and person.
Pause. Never mind. Now we're good.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Negative 10 Hall of Fame. We're out.
No, thank you. I'm not. This is that old bush where you gotta look into it. His colors represent. No, it doesn't.
We already do. When we were previewing it, the first thing we heard were the lyrics. Like we know what's coming.
If I could choose 2 words to describe Golden Wind's
What are the 2 words? Wait, Golden Winds.
main villain and
Mysterious, powerful, enigmatic, charismatic.
I'm gonna go mysterious.
Mysterious, and powerful.
Duality.
Contradictory.
Diavolo, it would be mysterious and intimidating. Nothing
Close.
I mean, mysterious was always gonna be
Yes.
part of it.
about him makes sense. Everything
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
and intimidating. Nothing about him makes sense. Everything's contradictory and unclear.
Why would you clap for
I
this?
said contradictory. Because you're left to fill in the blanks yourself, and whatever you fill those blanks in with is going to be the most.
That's bullshit.
Is going to be the best thing for you. So you're making your best story. So you can say that this character is the best because I made him the best.
That sucks.
I think it sucks when that's the praise of it.
Yes. Okay, I can see that.
Because if it was just like if it was a list of things, and also he's mysterious, so we can. But this is mysterious in nuts on the stream. Here it is, right here.
Contradictory. Nothing makes sense. That's why it's great. Like, ugh.
And the only absolute truth to him is that he is powerful and unsettling.
Did you watch this video? Did you consume this video already? Am I being punked?
Yo,
Is this a prank, bro?
Yo.
The issue was, all you did was pick the most bum answers.
Yeah.
And he's just rattling them off.
Yeah, it's nothing special. I'm not proud of it. I'm not bragging or anything. It's just funny.
It is what it was always going to be.
His motives are grand and megalomaniacally ambitious, as he wishes to stand at the apex of all hierarchies and rule from above, while obsessively craving to be free of both his past and any and all identity. And all of this is perfectly reflected and expanded upon in his terrifying stand, King Crimson.
But-
This
I know it's kind of a dumb question, but to what ends? Is it just to the whole I want to rule the universe, like the Frieza thing? It's like, okay, and then what? You just sit on your throne and continue? And
Where does your enjoyment in life derive from when you have everything you've always
where does
wanted?
this path lead you? What happens once you get to the very top? you just sit there and just go, well, I got everything, so I'm just gonna keep it. It's not a very interesting goal to just be, I want to be the best, not the best, but like the rule over everything. Because you can be the strongest, and then there can always be somebody to come and take you down.
Yeah, you're always seeking more strength because you never know when that person is right around the corner.
But to just be the ruler of everything, it's not.
Disturbingly tall, imposing humanoid stand, King Crimson appears as a royally red, muscular figure covered in white webbing and
Don't do
separate
it.
bits of armor.
Don't do
Its
it.
constantly distorted face and the fact that
do
it
it.
has two of them make him a consistently disturbing image.
What do you mean distorted?
Yeah, I don't see any distortion here. It just looks like a sad face.
Yeah, you got the mad face, of course, but would you not show the distorted face? Would you just go constantly instead of not doing it?
It doesn't help either that it is among the physically strongest stands in the series, being able to punch through an adult human body with neglectable ease. Overall, the mere presence of this stand is enough to inspire anxiety and terror with the pressure it exudes. This gets dialed up to 11 once we begin considering the actual ability of King Crimson. It has the rather terrifying power to erase time.
Oh, dude. I cannot wait for him
How
to try to
the
fumble
Oceaniz,
through an explanation of how this bush works.
Yeah, this is Oceaniz we're talking about. This is fate and resolve, man.
Oh.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
He erases time, but what does that mean?
As much as its confusing ability has become a meme, King Crimson's power is actually not all that complicated.
Paul, it's not all that complicated until it starts contradicting itself, and then
But that's the point. He's contradictory.
No,
and it's played into with King Crimson.
Oh crap! You got me.
Shut down the argument before it even came to the surface.
but you just go, got it. You can erase time. Understood. Hey, I'm in a room and a maid comes in, and then you erase that. You can't interact with these things.
Yes.
She's just like, oh, what was I doing here? So you erased her memory as well. Stuff
All
like
the
that.
books are gone.
In his 7 or 8 second skip. That just don't make sense. So then you'd have to go, well, he can also, and then you go, okay, but that contradicts over here, and it's a whole big thing of just
Kill that noise.
King Crimson works by first using his second phase, Epitaph, to look 10 seconds into the future.
Sure.
If he sees something that is unpleasant to him or that he would like to avoid, Diavolo activates King Crimson's time erasure. Once activated, it puts everyone affected into a sort of trance, in which they can only do what King Crimson foresaw, so they're technically being tied to that fate. Only Diavolo is able to act of his own accord. After 10 seconds, the ability ends and no one besides Diavolo remembers what occurred in the erased time. To them, it's as if time skipped or was erased. However, while the actions you took during the erased time have vanished from your memory, the results are still present. So, for example, let's say you want to punch Diavolo in the face. He looks into the future and sees that and thinks, nah, I don't like this. So he activates King Crimson. You lose control and consciousness over your actions and are locked into your punch, while Diavolo can freely move around. After 10 seconds, the ability ends and Diavolo has dodged. From your perspective, you raised your fist towards the man standing before you one moment, only for your arm to already be stretched out and the man gone in the next moment. It's as if you suddenly skipped forward. So, in essence, King Crimson's main ability is incredibly broken. But even more so than that, it is terrifying because it messes with two fundamental aspects of our relationship with reality.
But see,
Sight and something else.
but see, that is the understandable thing.
Aspects of King Crimson.
Yes.
That is the most simplistic telling of what his powers actually do. And then once you start getting into the dirt just a little bit more, you recognize how, and I don't mean this as in it's really powerful, how broken the power is.
Like with the Metallica thing of, well, I'm just going to hold on to you and we're both just going to die. And he goes, well, I skipped time and whatever he did. I forget what exactly he did. But I was just like, you can't do that. Wait a second.
I will never not go back to Nanancha. Because that is the most bullshit thing of the... That's not how your powers work.
Yeah.
Simply not how they work.
100%.
You're really going back to this Metallica bullshit.
Chapter 549? It's weird because they'll have like the JoJo chapter all together, and then they'll also have the... It's
all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here's the Golden Wind stuff. It's sort of like when comics reset. Right now we're technically at like Superman 900 and something, but it's counting it as Superman 13 because we're in the new universe.
Okay. 5. What number did I say?
590 something. 3, I think it was.
49. You can't be serious.
What?
544. Swoop. Stone Ocean, baby. What is this piece of shit?
I gotta break out my tablet.
That's not... I'm gonna... Volume 110? I think, maybe? Help? Of course not.
I have deleted part 5 from my tablet.
I mean, why would you keep it? I think that's fine. What is this? Part 5 just goes up to chapter 49. What is this?
I was talking to somebody, not recently, but a while back. Well, that's of course what it would be if it wasn't recent. And they were like, I find it hard to find the chapters for blank JoJo's part because it keeps skipping around. Hey, use better sites, people.
Isn't this a site that you recommended?
What is that site?
Manga Lot?
No, Manga for Life.
A word?
Yeah, no. Please try Manga for Life. Oh, those breathing exercises. I'm learning.
JoJo Bizarre Adventures, Part 5. Mm-hmm. The Debt Collector Marilyn. Hermes stickers.
Oh, no.
Maybe this isn't Part 5.
Please go to Manga for Life. Thank you.
It's a scam. Manga for Life has it out the gate. Chapter 110. Here we go. Thank you very much.
I think they even have the colored version.
I don't care. It's too late.
We've done too much already.
Now die.
Now die!
Where was the explanation? Help!
I've touched you, and because I've touched you, you've erased as well, except the parts of you that
there it is. Emperor Crimson. I forgot.
Yes,
terribly sorry.
Please.
I've obliterated only half of 1 second. Everything during that time has been erased from existence. All that remains are the results from half a second later, the results of the bullet striking your body. I've eradicated everything in between. You did not move.
Yeah, but he erased the time when he would have been hit.
No, those actions still happen.
Yeah, but now he's not there. Oh, yeah, no.
He is there.
Yeah, no. He's not able to
He's
move.
not intangible. He's not able to move.
No, he is intangible though, because I think like a flower pot was flying towards him when he was running, trying to chase down Requiem, and he skipped time and it just like went through him.
But that's not a thing.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Especially when we consider the Naracha thing,
Which
can't happen. So
here's the thing: his powers cannot happen.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. Stuff like that where you just go, I erased a half a second, and then you just got shot anyway. It's like, no, you didn't. you that doesn't make sense for you to be like, I can move freely into stop time, and I can move. Because that's the whole thing is I see a thing that I don't want to happen. So I move out of the way of that thing.
Yes.
You can't move out of the way of this thing.
It's not like he skips 10 seconds and he is not available for those 10 seconds.
He sees those 10 seconds, sees him getting riddled with bullets, and then just goes, nah, I don't want that. So I'm just going to take away those 10 seconds. But those seconds still happen because you're getting shot. But I'm not getting shot because I took away those seconds. No. Sorry
Time
for
and our
the
agency
detour.
Control over our actions. It strips us of our conscious ability to act and condemns us to follow our fate blindly, which is incredibly effective at making us and the characters feel helpless, since lack of control is one of the things that will frighten humans the most. Additionally, while messing with time is by no means a new concept within the JoJo-verse, stopping time and rewinding time are somewhat straightforward to understand. But erasing time? The fact that it's so confusing among a lot of the internet community is proof that this has some sort of different effect on the mind trying to understand it.
No, it just wasn't implicated well.
Yes, even after the explanations, there's things that happen within the story that contradicts the explanations that we were given. That's why we're still discussing it. It's very much like the whole there was a discussion recently of what did Pa Kent want in Man of Steel. And the only reason that question is there is because it's not showcased in the story. The only reason we're still questioning what does King Crimson do is because the things we were told are not what happens in the story.
Yeah. The fortune teller where he's holding his hand in the end. Because you have to go, in that erased time, he would have had to cut off his hand and put his hand into his other hand. So he would be wincing in that moment of, ow, my hand was cut off, because the action happened in that erased time. So you can't just go, no, it didn't happen. So he's surprised when he opens his hand. It's like, oh my goodness, this muff in the other hand. That's what happened. No, in the 10 seconds that were erased, Diavolo took his hand, chopped it off. He would have obviously gone, my hand, put it into his other hand, and then moved on. So you can't just be like, it didn't happen, so he's surprised. The actions happened because they were fated to happen. That's the issues here. The elevator stuff.
The elevator is egregious nonsense.
That's the issues when you talk about what his powers are. Like you said, based on that, absolutely fine, 100%. But then you just go, oh yeah, I can also project what I'm the future to other people once. And you have to go, wait, what the was that? And you just go, well, that's also his ability that he just didn't showcase. And
then you get to the end of the line and just go, well, he's meant to be contradictory. And that's just not good enough. You're talking about, it does something to the mind of us. Are you going to tie that into what happens to the characters of JoJo?
Absolutely.
But regardless of that, the reason it happens is because Araki wrote a villain.
Yeah. It's just not a very well... It's not very well thought out for what he wanted to do. Because if it was just those 10 seconds in a race, fine, 100%. But just don't contradict it. Don't have things that don't fit into that 10 seconds erase. This still happened no matter what stuff.
That is, at the very least, an incredibly abstract idea. And it's this bizarre abstraction that makes even just the principle of this power unsettling and intimidating.
Pause. He didn't say anything there.
No, absolutely not. Do y'all
was
want to
just
hear it
words.
again? The nothing that was said.
It was just words.
Let's get all those words again. Just so y'all understand how many words were just said.
Time. The fact that it's so confusing among a lot of the internet community is proof that this has some sort of different effect on the mind trying to understand it. That is, at the very least, an incredibly abstract idea, and it's this bizarre abstraction that makes even just the principle of this power unsettling and intimidating.
We don't get it, and that's why we're scared of it. That's not... No, stop that bush! We're terrified because we don't fully understand it. Suck a...
No, it's understandable when it's not contradictory.
Not to mention that this is just King Crimson's base abilities seen within the series. A huge aspect of Part 5's second half is the desperate race to the stand arrow, which, if in Diavolo's hands, would allow him to hypothetically evolve his stand even further into the possibly monstrous and most likely invincible King Crimson Requiem.
Pause. I do not care about the potential what could have happened there. Because he was already
it didn't happen.
Theoretically unbeatable. If he had just turned around and just like, nah, just started chopping what could you do? there's you're not taking him out.
Already, we have an insanely strong package. But this gets even further enhanced once we consider the origins and ideas behind King Crimson. And for that, we need to look at his name.
No, we don't.
Like most stands in the series, King Crimson gets its name from a musical reference, specifically the British progressive rock band King Crimson. Their debut album, In the Court of the Crimson King, is generally...
That's the face he was using!
Yeah.
I didn't know!
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
Oh, no!
That's what that was.
Oh, no!
I don't need to understand any of this.
This music theory bush.
Don't
no
need,
parts of this.
No one needs this. This is because...
How long do you think this is gonna take?
Infinity. Because it's all just headcanon bullshit where he just takes a line and just goes, the fear of what is unknown, and he just goes, we'll see.
Yeah, it ties perfectly into King Crimson and Diablo.
Obviously, right? We're all seeing this.
A man of two halves. Well, we just... All right, thanks.
Little head on my big head. Well, it's like a Rocky Road.
I erased 10 seconds. Well, I don't know. People have been missing this.
I have to be the one to explain this.
Considered a milestone of progressive rock, and it is this album that is generally attributed to be the stand's main origin. While the many songs on the album have various different elements Araki referenced most likely,
you can't throw that in at the very last second! That Araki reference, most likely.
You introduced this concept of, in the album, there's probably some stuff in that album that makes sense. But
this was largely regarded as the most influential for King Crimson to stand this album. So it was likely a bunch of reference on.
In my opinion, Araki referenced everything. No!
I would like to focus on the two that are the most relevant and the most influential ones on King Crimson and Diavolo. These two being Epitaph and In the Court of the Crimson King. Let's start with Epitaph.
And this mob just thought he was cooking.
Absolutely.
Hey, he used music reference. Let me go back and find stuff that makes sense within the...
This song works as a sort of prophecy in regards to what will happen if
Diavolo gets the stand arrow. Oh, this man is not cooking.
As a sort of prophecy in regards to what will happen if Diavolo reaches his goal of absolute power and dominance through the arrow. This section in particular describes how Diavolo's instrument of death, namely King Crimson's union with the arrow, would affect
Dude,
every man is torn apart and silence drowns the screams.
What?
He's so easy.
You can't just...
He's reaching so hard, dude.
Additionally, the line "with nightmares and with dreams" could be related to Diavolo's obsessive delusion of grandeur and immortality.
So you're just disregarding the things that just don't make sense? The sunshine brightly gleams? That's and what happens when he gets beaten?
Or that's what happens when he grabs the arrow.
Yeah,
and
when
then
Geo...
every man is torn apart right after it. Because he gets torn apart in multiple ways after the fact. Nightmares and dreams is what happens to him.
You can just do it the other way. When silence drowns the screams, well, he's constantly dying over and over again. So
but never truly reaching his death.
Yes.
So the screams of death are silent.
Because he's just sitting there in a puddle. So... It works the other way, but is that the point that he's trying to make? That it's just like, well, it works every way. It works for him. It works against him. It works every way.
It's contradictory in the way it works. Don't roll your eyes.
This man. The anti-cook is one of the worst things about Revisited. When Mom just lays out a spread and just starts mixing stuff and just going,
and then they present the dish and then have a cocky eyebrow raise like, hey, wait till you taste this one.
Eggs and Sprite, hot sauce, and just a pinch of MSG.
It's like epic mealtime, but the reverse of it, where it's epic garbage time. Just leftovers all thrown into a pot of nonsense.
Feast, brothers. A bountiful meal is upon you.
It's half seconds. There's plenty.
Come on. With nightmares and with dreams. Feast. We're here to eat.
This is the only reason we're here right now.
Of grandeur and immortality, as it isn't unlike a dream state. His mindset and ideals are further referenced in this line. The Iron Gates of Fate are clear references to Diavolo's belief that fate is predetermined, specifically that his everlasting victory.
But they aren't! Because he literally sees, in his opinion. So either fate is predetermined, and what was supposed to happen was him seeing those 10 seconds and avoiding that, or they're not predetermined because he can see 10 seconds, which is fate, and then avoid that. So is it his fate to avoid what he perceives to be his fate? It just doesn't make sense when you just go, fate is determined. No, you are avoiding the thing.
Already imprinted onto the very fabric of destiny. This idea is also enhanced by the lines, as it has already been sown, and is therefore destined to blossom as predicted. But by far the strongest link to Diavolo is found in the song's chorus. An epitaph being the inscription on a person's grave, these lines accentuate that Diavolo's legacy to the world will only be confusion and a broken path, as in him attaining King Crimson Requiem and ruling over the world as he plans to will only lead to destruction and despair, a world in which surviving would be a stroke of luck, worthy of laughter and celebration.
Wait, what kind of world is he making? What kind of apocalyptic? No, he's just gonna be dealing a lot of drugs.
He just wants that drug money and nobody to know who he is.
It's not gonna be as soon as he gets to the top of the mountain. It's all of a sudden it's gonna be Fist of the North Star. How does he?
Mad Max.
Like, what is he gonna do to Australia? What the? No, he's just gonna be the top mother. That's at the top of the pyramid that's just funneling money up to him.
It's a scaled up version of what his organization is already.
And that's all it is. Grandma wasn't on drugs. Grandma was just like, my grandson is on drugs. Like, she was chilling.
Yeah, she was
outside of that.
Nobody even knew what he was really doing because he was doing it from the shadows so hard.
He has a whole group of people that reported to those people and reported to these people, and nobody ever. What are you talking about? You listening too far. It's too far into the I'm gonna rule the world. So you just go, well, that obviously just comes with just wastelands and just complete destruction, and nobody can ever
because he's a
him.
villain. This is the only way the world could go. The negative route, the most egregiously horrible landscape imaginable,
which is just impossible. Especially considering he doesn't know what King Crimson Requiem could do.
Yeah.
So he's just like, the world is just going to be destroyed. Obviously, with the chorus, confusion will be my epithet. So there it is.
For that, the horrors of Diavolo's reign and the tears and the pain that brings along must be endured. Essentially, Epitaph establishes what's at stake throughout Part 5 and what the world is in for.
But are you again? But I fear tomorrow I'll be crying.
Yes, that sounds like an L.
Yeah. He doesn't fear tomorrow. What about that stuff that contradicts it? You can't just be like, this makes sense when I make it make sense. And then all this other stuff.
Whatever.
I'm just going to show it on screen, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Diavolo wins. The second song, In the Court of the Crimson King, meanwhile, details his current reign and his use of his stand, King Crimson. This track works as a detailed description of the court and reign of a figure called the Crimson King. Mm-hmm. The title Crimson King pops up all throughout history, specifically the Middle Ages, and is a nickname.
Oh, lordy Lou. I had forgotten that this man, the Perseus from the 18th century, like, I couldn't give less of a shit.
Hey, remember when he got the museum wrong in the first video? Boo!
Yeah.
And listening to other people.
Yo, they made fun of me for getting that wrong. Never once.
Timestamp. Nothing.
How about blocked and deleted?
Nickname often used to refer to monarchs who caused a lot of bloodshed and cruelty.
Pause. Does Araki know this? Do you have any interviews citing that he knows this? Or did he just go, hey, I like this song, let me use
I like the band.
Music sound good, so I'm going to use it. You can't, it's too far into it. This may not be his intention.
Yes.
I would like to see that this was his intention. Because you can just go, well, King Crimson, the band was inspired by King Crimson, all the bloody and all that stuff. But then we go back to the inspired by and inspired by and inspired by.
And at what point does it stop?
So immediately there's already a strong connection to the stand King Crimson, as its reign over time and its more homageful reign over other stands due to its dominance and power causes much pain, suffering, and bloodshed as well. As we get into the lyrics, the song greets us with this. The song's meticulous description of the various activities within the court give it a cluttered feeling, almost as if it were a circus or an amusement park.
Yo, where's he going with this? This is insanity. All right. The rusted chains of prison moons. What?
Yo, does King Crimson suck?
No. The music might be good. Sometimes lyrics nobody
lyrics
gets.
lyrics are lyrics. Yeah.
Like, if you were to just read Mamma Mia, and like, you would look at that and go, this is not cooking.
Sure, but the things that are cooking, you can look at it and just go, in Dance Gavin Dance, One Man's Cringe is one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
It is almost a daily that I'm just like, here we go.
And again.
Yeah, that last part where they're going back and
switching between all the singers.
Disgusting.
Yes.
So, and that has good lyrics.
Yeah, but it also has the nonsensical giant mess that he always throws into it.
Sure, it does.
But it sounds really good. And he's even said before that he doesn't care so much about lyrics. They'll rhyme. It's the feeling and the way it sounds sonically. And I wonder if maybe in terms of King Crimson, the way it sounds sonically might also match the mood of the lyrics themselves, where when you're reading them on the screen and already in a mood of shaking your head, you don't want to cook with this.
I'm going they stink. I'm going they were. It's because he goes as one of the most influential prog rocks or whatever he said. This is essentially the hip hop, the hippie, the hip hop.
This is basically smells like Teen Spirit.
Now, don't come at my neck, all you muffs in the comments, you King Crimson heads. I'm just saying, these lyrics stink. Maybe the feeling's there, but the rusted chains of prison moves, throw it in the garbage.
But they're shattered by the sun.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Tournaments, choirs, pipers. These are all there on the whim of the Crimson King, there to entertain. This connects to how Diavolo uses his King Crimson to hold Italy and Mafia in the palm of his hand. Everything the gang, the country, and its people do is at Diavolo's permission and whim.
How is this any different than one of the main villains of Breaking Bad, where they just kind of hold everything in the palm of their hand? It has nothing to do with King Crimson.
He just has to make anything and everything fit the best that he can. I can just imagine him just looking through the lyrics, just going, the rusted chains of prison. Obviously not.
I don't even know how I'm gonna show him on screen, but I will.
The tournament Purple Pipe Choir, it's like they're performing for him. It's like all of Italy is at his feet. Yeah, I can see that.
Ancient tongue, could that be the message of the arrow that is passed down?
It's easy to do this, and it's easy to convince the people.
Yeah, we did it with the last song. Not even thinking.
But it's easy to just sit there and just go, these people who want to believe this will believe this. Because what can you say against this other than, not really. Or I don't see where you're coming from, homie.
The song wastes no time giving all its characters associated colors. The Crimson King, the Purple Piper. This is quite
all characters too.
Clearly a nod to Diavolo's many henchmen and gang affiliations, whom he allows to go about their business and entertain him.
What does the colors have to do with that? Like, I can understand if it was purple passione and all of this, like if people were coded by colors and you like Crimson Bloods, where you wore a certain color and that meant you're part of this section of the gang. Mm-hmm. Then I can see your tie-in into the colors and all that stuff. What does that have to do with anything?
No.
Nothing.
I was just like, what color did Popo wear? Yellow.
But it's just the colors, just like the gang.
Yeah, I'll write it down, but I'll revise it later. Oh no, I'm reading it out loud. Oh no, I'm editing this. Help!
Why is no one stopping me? Oh, it's uploading? What's going on?
Business and entertain him. However, the moment they step out of line, they themselves are subject to the wrath of the Crimson King.
Is that what these lyrics say, or are you going to showcase those lyrics?
I would hope so.
As the next verse starts,
Why is the red already there, sir? Get the editing, tighten it up.
The song talks of putting shutters on dreams, which is evocative of how...
Don't take your headphones off!
King Crimson stink.
You can't take your headphones off.
I'm now on a war against King Crimson, the band.
You haven't heard any of their songs.
And I shan't hear any of them. If this is what they've given me, the keeper of the city keys.
Yeah.
Oh, the keeper of the arrow is pointing. Shut up. Stop this. This isn't anything. Capitalize the letter I there.
He's done that multiple times. But to summon back the Fire Witch. Yeah, it's epic. Like Game of Thrones.
Fire, that's not associated with a color.
Red, orange, whatever the color of fire
Well,
is.
that's that Ruby bull crap where you just go, well, his name is Oz, and Oz, he had a yellow brick road, so that's yellow enough. You're like, no, you can't just say a thing and then associate it with a color. That's not what the naming scheme was. But then some in the comments gonna come up to my neck and just go, well, his last name, banned. Don't. I ain't trying to hear that. Ruby's dead and buried.
It might legitimately be dead.
And it is hilarious because it's everything they deserve.
They had multiple opportunities to wrap this bush up. They had multiple opportunities to explore the things they should be exploring. And they chose not to. Mm-hmm. And now they're looking cooked. And it looks like the next season was probably going to be the last one.
They have so much to wrap up.
You think they care?
Obviously not, but
they'll do a storybook. All right, here's what happened.
AMA, what happened? Let's go. What happens to John? Dead. Next. Ren and Nora in tragic. They both die together. Next.
Meets old girl in the afterlife. They get together somehow in the afterlife.
Yep, because that exists now.
Yep.
Who is that red-haired lady? I don't know.
Ruby's aunt, cousin.
That doesn't make sense. I know.
Doesn't matter. Are you here for answers or are you here for questions?
Next question.
Diavolo and King Crimson decide who gets to pursue their dreams and live, and who gets both their life and their dreams snuffed out.
Dude, this is 5 words, and you just went, well, this is just like Diavolo.
Snuffing out dreams. Deciding whose dreams are realized and snuffing out the rest.
We get another color character, the Black Queen, who attempts to summon the Fire Witch. Now, we don't have time to get into this properly, at least not today.
Are you on a time crunch? Is there some sort of...
You can't take an additional 3.5 minutes to explain this.
Why can you not? You're the person in charge of the thing that you're doing.
Now, I can understand if it's... You've been given a series of examples. That's just basically the video. And you go, I can keep going, but you understand we're done here.
But that's different from, I ain't got the time.
I introduced a thing, but I simply do not have the time to explain it.
And I'm going to introduce, like, oh, here's another thing, and here's another thing, but I'm not going to really talk about it. So why'd you introduce it here and now? You didn't need to.
But the entirety of this album has been interpreted to have themes pertaining to the Cold War.
What could this possibly
You said that it's interpreted that way.
By people that are not you.
And also by people that are not King Crimson. Because you can probably just ask them.
Is this an allegory for the Cold War? No.
Well, yes, it is. Because I deem it to... I can interpret it any way that I want. Hang on a second. Are these muffs still alive? I'm going to say there's 5 of them. I'm going to say that 2 are dead.
That sounds about right.
Oh my goodness.
They're all alive?
There's 90 of these motherfuckers.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's again. They kept cycling through members because they were just on stage playing like this stinks, and then they just walked off stage,
and then they just brought in another drummer.
They just pointed to somebody in the audience like you, and then they just start wobbling on the guitar, and nobody can tell the difference because it all just sucks.
Is Mo walking on stage for the fake women's auction? He's playing his guitar and just walks on and off stage. Just never stop. Just bring in the next one. I know I'm not it.
Just a chorus line. Wheeling out his keyboard.
It's like a play where they take away the wall, but it's just band members and instruments. And Mo just descending It's sliding in from everywhere. Why do we need a triangle? Get him out of here. It's pointless to look at who's dead because my God,
There's a lot of dead motherfuckers.
when did they first come out? I was thinking 80s, but
68.
Whoa, yeah, no, ooh, no, they're done. So
It looks like the main 7 people are still alive.
Okay,
But then when you go to the former members, it is not
pepperoni.
Then how do you kick out your lead vocalist in the first 2 years?
Johnny Craig, sir.
That's a whole different.
You don't know what he was going through.
I'm looking at what he's going through.
You don't know what happened there to where they were
Personal
like,
life. Oh, please don't disappoint me, Greg Lake.
that's a rock name if I've ever heard one.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there's no scandals or anything.
Oh no, then no.
Yeah, he was a 69-year-old individual who passed away from pancreatic cancer. They had him and his wife, long-standing wife, had a daughter, and he passed apparently peacefully. Yeah. A lot of people paid tribute to him following his death. So apparently he was quite liked.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, then.
Yeah, what happened? He was on stage and he just went, Finn, the keeper of the city keys.
Who wrote this?
You did. Oh.
And then I clearly am in the wrong profession. Donk as the mic drops.
Bring on the next one.
We'll bring him in.
Put the shutters on dreams.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm great.
The lyrics ain't, but he's trying, and that's all we can hope for.
This is something you can look up in other interpretations, and it is very commonly seen as the main goal of that album. And most of those interpretations...
Go ahead and tie the Cold War into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Part
Oceaniz.
5 specifically.
Please.
And into the main villain of the Cold War.
Let's do this. Let's go. I'm ready to take the ride with you. I got my seatbelt. I'm buckled in. Let's go.
agree that the Fire Witch is meant to represent the nuke, the atomic bomb. So, in essence, this line speaks of the pursuit of an ultimate, devastating power by the court to further selfish desires. And that is very similar to how Diavolo uses his power and influence to not only brutally defend his throne, but also to pursue the arrow to summon, or rather create, his own nuke, his own ultimate weapon, King Crimson Requiem.
So, his conclusion
Yes.
is based upon an interpretation of an interpretation.
Mm-hmm. From multiple people who is not himself, and is not King Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
He just widely believes.
Just putting it out there. Just making it quite clear. Just speaking the words. I'm just gonna leave it there. You come to your own conclusions, but I know.
Did Araki know that interpretation?
Did Araki know that? Or did he just go, haha, funny face, I like this song? You think that he's bumping, that he's looking into the lyrics and the meaning of in Snoop Dogg as he's using doggy style? It's like, yeah, them were in Compton. They did have attitude, didn't they?
There was gin and juice. Like, no.
Like, he's just some weird Japanese guy that's writing his ghost manga. I'm sure there's some stuff there. There has to be. There always will be. But again, I don't know how much he knows English. I don't know how much he can interpret. I don't know because I listen to Japanese music and I can get 1 or 2 words and just. But it's mostly just a feeling of this song is in hype. I obviously have my love for angry Japanese people rapping. It is a niche that I need to stop. because I just find myself just looking, just like I was literally listening to one today. I was just like not angry enough. What is wrong with you? I don't know, but it is so my genre of just these moms just angry rapping at me,
Just
and I don't
shouting
understand
directly at you.
Yes, and I'm just like, yeah, you go, angry Japanese guy. Hey, going. This was the one that I found, and it just took me all on the path of all their albums. I'm just like, well, this is my vice now.
You should not be in the mindset of I need angry Japanese rapping, man, and it needs to be angry enough.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, in the trash.
Yeah. No, wait a second. Wait. I gotta set it up properly.
Please do.
It's so good because it doesn't, the beat it allows the man to be as angry and Japanese as possible. It's not like, it is just the accompaniment. It is just, you are the star here. And you go, and now here we go.
It's basically like unplugged.
Yes,
For a band where
pure, just pure.
it is an acoustic guitar while you wail out of tune.
Listen to it, he's so angry.
So mad.
So good. And this is soft piano, just like, you go, angry Japanese guy. It is so good.
That's not the word I would use for it.
It's so good. And I'll just sit there and just go, yeah. Just this
I
dumb,
feel that angry Japanese
just
man.
angry Japanese rapping. And that's just, it's like, if this is what I want to hear, it is the greatest thing in the world. And if it's not what I want to hear, it's like I'm drinking dishwater. It's like, this is a whole, what is this? But if I'm in the mood, if in that mood, it's just like, it has to be at like Wednesday night at 7:03 o'clock, and it's just like angry Japanese time, and then I'm just sitting here just going with this just soft piano, and he's just yelling his angry Japanese heart out. It's the best.
Heaven forbid you find a female angry rapping Japanese. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a rap.
They're out there, but they're not angry enough. I'm so judgmental. It's the building of the fetishes where you're 13 and you're just like, oh, boob. But then when you're in 45, you're just like, nah, 3 midgets ain't enough.
It starts at boobs and then it's just like the areolas, like what? I like a darker areola, and you're just refining your fetish,
and to the point where you're just like, well, it's one out there that's gonna do it for me. I just gotta find it, and then you find it, and then you're just like, well, what's next?
I can't just have this forever.
And Hero Comeback sets the bar so high.
It really does.
That it's just like, well, this is
because it's your first time.
Yeah, and you can't go lower than that bar. So when the little Japanese lady, it's like, you ain't got that anger in your heart. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, good job. But then you get this one where it's just like, I'm gonna just play this piano and you go, like,
yeah, get it all out of your therapy session.
Got it, and I got it. I feel you, angry Japanese man. I'm here for you.
The rest of the song mentions how Diavolo pulls the strings from behind.
No, it mentions gently pulling strings, and you inserted Diavolo. It doesn't even say.
Yeah, it does.
I guess from the puppets.
Well, you have to interpret it like that.
And
because
how he lets
what puppet? How can you pull the strings but not be seen? It has to be like the big partition where it's just, you're clearly behind it and you're just there. It's
or
like,
you could be on the side.
That's hard to do.
There could be 2 people on the side.
Okay, but there is 2 people.
puppet stance, emphasizing the previously established ideas of dominance and control from the background.
Shut up.
However, one line here sticks out to me. The term the grinding wheel has many possible meanings depending on the angle we take.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
I know there's only 3 minutes left. I do not want to do this anymore.
And
I
again-
want to get out of here.
And then he's coming to a conclusion based upon many interpretations.
And this is just the angle he's taking.
Based upon a song that he's interpreting, based upon a band that stinks, based upon a man who may not
Allegedly
understand what this muff is saying.
But 3 of them are pretty dominant and pretty pervasive. The wheel could be seen as the wheel of life, turning and advancing as life does. Or it could refer to the wheel of time, or, and most fittingly for our purposes in pertaining to King Crimson, it might refer to the wheel of fate.
I thought we escaped.
No, we can't escape the wheel of fate in the court of the Crimson King.
I thought this was pre-fate.
No, this is where it comes from. He just goes, he just writes the word fate and it just starts shining off the page. He just goes, that.
Yeah, that's a King Crimson lyric.
Overall, the third option seems to fit best for our interpretation purposes, especially considering that the anime even went as far as to represent fate as a wooden grinding wheel in its latest episode. Regardless, this line implies 2 things. That whatever this wheel is, it turns and turns, slowly, exhaustingly, over and over. But it does so within the court of the Crimson King, meaning that it, too, only continues to turn due to his will and at his discretion.
But it's fate.
This
It wouldn't.
again speaks to the absolute control and power that Diavolo and his stand emit over everyone in Vento Aureo.
No.
As you can see,
The wheel
the
of
terrifying
fate.
and overwhelming dominance of both King Crimson and its user are deeply rooted in their cultural origins and are obviously
they're not.
figures that Araki designed very meticulously.
I
And while
can't
know
say that
not
he did
everyone
or
will have
didn't.
all of these interpretations present when watching or reading, the fact that there is this well of background to them gives most of Araki's characters and their stands a very strong sense of depth and identity. And I think that nowhere is this better seen than in King Crimson, a being that emits royal terror and absolute dominance with its every action. I want to end this video with one final bit of context. As I said earlier, the title Crimson King was often given to medieval sovereigns who showed exceptional
Jesus, I
cruelty,
couldn't
bloodshed,
care
and
less.
malice. However, there are 2 additional interpretations of that title I
No!
mentioned.
Come on. now.
One is that it could refer to Acer platonoides, a Japanese variant of a Norwegian maple tree that is quite commonly referred to as the Crimson King. It is often considered to be a symbol of the unconscious, which could feed into how King Crimson's ability makes you essentially unconscious to the erased time and forces you to simply proceed.
Pause.
Don't break my fit dresser.
Do you think that Araki thought of this? Do you think that he just went, yes, the band, yes, the Cold War, yes, the tree?
The symbol of the unconscious. Yes, the
Come
wheel.
on now. Come on now. It can't just be this muff just went, time skipping is cool. This band is cool. Even though he's wrong.
You allegedly wrong.
No.
Potentially
Prove
wrong.
me wrong. How angry are they? How Japanese are they? How much do they rap? 0 for all of them or 0 for me?
They might bust a rhyme. You don't know that. They done had 90 mugs walk through. You think somebody ain't laying down a fat rhyme at some point?
They definitely had a Daryl in there. That was just-
Absolutely. I'd be shocked if they weren't putting out albums today.
The actions fate ordained for you. Or it could be just another homage to the dreamlike, almost unconscious state Diavolo finds himself in when thinking about himself and the world around him, thinking that he's immortal and the emperor who rules over everyone.
What?
And the third interpretation is that the Crimson King is actually just one of many names for the same being, a being known as Beelzebub or Mephistopheles or Lucifer, in short, the devil, which would make King Crimson a stand-in and a homage to the devil. A devil that resides in Italy.
Do you honestly think Araki went, I'm gonna make him the devil by giving him the name the Crimson King? Like, there's no devil iconography on him, near him, in him. Why would the interpretation be of the devil?
Because it has to be.
No, it doesn't. Because it's only one of 3 interpretations.
And do you know what the Italian word for the devil is?
Absolutely not.
It's probably gonna be Diavolo.
Yeah, it's Diavolo. Absolutely not. No.
This is the cocked eyebrow. He just cooked something. He's just waiting for y'all to feast on it.
Diavolo. Thanks for watching and take care.
You're so bad. You're so bad.
It's like you say, it's the cocked eyebrow of. Oh,
I done dropped it.
Yeah, you smelled that aroma. It's like, it smells like fish and peanut butter.
I was just trying to see if somebody died.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh yeah, y'all was waiting. Look at them lining up.
Araki does not know Italian. I can say that with certainty. So this mom just flipped through the book and just went, what's a bad word? Oh, devil, done. He didn't go.
I doubt he went.
It's your interpretation that this happened. This does not make it better that you've done an interpretation. It wouldn't make it better if Araki said, yes, all of this is true. All of this is
Watch
intended.
this one video. It is all correct.
All of this was 100% intentional. I was like, okay, so his name means the devil. His stand still sucks. I still don't like the part. You put thought into it, but that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it's like a Valentine's Day gift of just like a dead cat. Like, you thought of me. You put thoughts into the present, but you presented a dead cat. Like, should I be happy for this?
It's not really. It's just, hey, I'm referencing this thing to make this stand, and I just go, okay, that's fine. It's the exact same for me knowing this information and not knowing this information. Nothing changes either way.
-9.
I was going 9 as well.
All right, then. Don't know what we're doing Saturday. We could always do that anime win.
You tell me you can't feel that energy?
Of course you can feel the energy,
right
man.
there.
It's rapping his throat out.
He's very angry.
It's so good. He's so mad.
It's so good.
Yo, temperatures are gonna drop or are they gonna rise?
I know next week we got a 50s and we also got like a 20s. Not
They're to drop tomorrow. So it's gonna be even colder tomorrow. And then we get a 50s next week. Bro,
your wind was awful today.
it was terrible. What was up?
I don't have any windows in my job. Just there's one big window and that's all the way over there.
Yeah.
So I go out and go to the bathroom and there's one big window and I just looked outside, just snow, and I just went. I thought it was just gonna be little flurries. But
Yeah. So my walking shoes, I've walked in them so much, they're starting to get worn out at a part. And I thought, a little flurry, I don't care. There were puddles and my socks started getting wet. I was like, what are we fit doing? Should have worn my boots. And then it just melted.
Yeah, it just mad melted. But again, and then it just, yeah, we're due for dumb Michigan weather. Like you said, we don't know what we're doing, But we're gonna do it, and no, we're not gonna do the Demon Slayer thing because
I didn't say Demon Slayer. I said Animewins.
what's the Animewins?
Anything?
Exactly, you don't know.
Comey. Yeah, I could do some
we
Comey.
just did movie wins, cinema wins, whatever.
That's
his
not
name
the same,
was.
and you know it's not the same.
I would rather not showcase this individual as he's hat in hand DSP
Begging for the scraps.
legitimately go get a job.
Just make this your hobby.
Yes.
But that's not what he wants. He wants to sit around and watch anime and make money while watching.
Obviously, that is what you would want to do. It is
If it's your passion of a thing to do, absolutely.
it's your hobby, it's your job, it's fun enough. You don't have to think or do anything. You just have to make kawaii Nezuko faces at the screen.
What?
What has he been doing?
Just hit up a recent one.
One Piece one.
That's he pissed me off so bad with that.
Kill each. No. One Piece movie to Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. How long is it?
An hour and 52 minutes.
2 hours and 26.
Oh, it's close. What? Views? Yeah. He should just get a job.
The muff just ain't here for it.
He's not good.
You're not good. We're not the arbiters of what is content. We just sit around and talk about muff videos.
Yeah, it's so funny when muffs are like, y'all wasted y'all time doing it. When legitimately, we sit around for 3 hours and watch a video and talk about it for a video that probably took them in weeks.
And half of this video was us bashing on King Crimson and angry Japanese. It's funny. Everything wrong with Prison School first half each.
That should be his series.
Everything wrong with Tomokan is a girl. What?
Oh no,
This is amazing.
Let's hear a little bit of that. Just a smidge.
Amazing.
Let's hear a smidge of that.
You're not selling me on the notion that anyone would do something they find incredibly embarrassing for 3 hours straight, bruh. No. One would in out their drinks. If they're awake when they're awake, brought to you by, in a seemingly infinite loop for all eternity until the sun itself explodes, millions of years from now, Japan.
He sucks.
この調子で勉強すれば、お前と同じ大学行くのも夢じゃねえかもな。
Exhale and then inhale cliche.
He's so bad.
He's worthless. So, and those last two things were just cliche into cliche. You don't deserve money.
What type of bar is that? Not you don't deserve the money for what you're doing.
Yes.
You don't deserve money and points.
Yes, obviously a bit harsh. Asterisk.
For the work you're doing.
Yes, it is implied that for the work you're doing. Based upon the video, I can just imply anything. So it is implied for the work that you're doing.
And he is doing subpar work.
Almost 3,000 a month.
Because of Hat in Hand. Please help out.
I still can't believe that this muff is just like, I'll watch your videos and I'll use my sage YouTube wisdom to tell you what you're doing wrong.
Please help.
Yeah, it's just
go get a job.
Yeah,
there's gonna come a point where it's too late.
Yes. You're out of the job market for longer and longer. And that resume is just getting crustier and crustier. It's going to be harder to do so. Transition into something. Telemarketing, something that's easy, work from home, just to build up your resume, just to build up your back end money a little bit, and then just transition. This is the DSP stuff of what is your end goal here? Because you're not making the views to sustain this.
No,
your Animewins or was that Sins?
It doesn't matter whatever
I went to.
Sins was always worse than
yes.
Wins.
The Sins, his prison school, it was a month ago, not even 1,000 views.
That's impossible. How many subscribers does he have?
148K.
That's impossible. You know why? Because just subscribe to me, y'all. Nobody's coming back for this.
And the channel is also not popping because prison school a month ago. Whatever this is, the deities know only peace 2 months ago. The deity only know peace 2 months ago. Fate Stay Night 4 months ago. Tomo-chan is a girl 4 months ago. Aho Girl 6 months ago. This channel is you're not.
So he's not doing the work for it either. He's not trying to. Is it all just going to Wins?
That's what it looks like.
Because the Wins one is the one that gets the more exposure and the more views.
10 hours, 5 days, 12 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Yeah.
It sounds like he doesn't really have it in his heart to critique things. Oh no, what was that face?
I just don't like. He just said alabaster as Arabasta. It's like, come on now.
And then, yes, I know Arabian Nights and blah blah blah. I don't care.
I want to get angry, so I want to see what he says about Robin.
Nico
I just
to
want to hear
Robbie.
the Ooga, and I just want to get mad.
Did you read the recent chapter?
Yes.
Oh,
Dude. Okay. Usopp.
That's all you need.
That's so good. He's so happy.
He's so good.
Was it after Whiskey Peak?
Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin, they try to get away right after Whiskey Peak, and then she blows up the ship. And then she's on their ship introducing herself and steals Luffy's hat for a second. So it was after the nobodies had...
Potentially, are you mad? Not dragging your friends on the spot? Another dig already, potentially, are you mad? I mean, I said it before, when it was dark and there were shadows everywhere, but in the light of day, she gets another win, you feel me?
He's so hot.
I'm not even kidding around, right? There are legit anime comedies that don't make me laugh as much as this one does sometimes, especially with Luffy.
Yeah, but you weren't filming it before, huh?
I'm so happy that this isn't the kind of anime where they just sit and listen to the bad guy. Instead, Sanji and Usopp make their way to flank her, and they're at the bottom. Legends. Well, that definitely counts as yet another new and unique ability, doesn't it?
Oh, no! 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 No!
Devil
No! 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 No!
Frutada!
No! No!
Devil Frutada!
I cannot believe this bastard legit just switched lanes and just went copy, paste, control, F, and right into it.
Control C, Control V.
No! I can't.
Frutada!
No!
Another unique Frutada!
This is the worst because I looked into that simply to get mad. And now I'm just mad.
You wanted the right type of man.
Not that bull. It's like, oh, of course he goes, Auga Robin Ding. Another unique fruit ding bull. No. I almost said he didn't deserve money again. But Come on now.
It's clear he's attached to One Piece because it's a series that can go on forever for him. Like, he's at Alabasta right now. Legitimately, by the time he gets to the new world, it might be like 6-7 months.
So he can get those 10K views per video, and then he can combine them all into East Blue, and then get another 30 or 40K based upon that big compilation video.
Yep.
You know what's funny? He doesn't get sponsors.
Ray Shadow Legends. Don't forget,
Oh,
he did that
he
before. Yeah. Wow.
Did he make faces? I think he made faces.
I think he just held up his phone to the camera and went, we get sponsorships opportunities.
Good. I mean, bad. I don't need your money. You're dirt. I'm like Phil. I don't need your money. I'm better than you.
Dude, the work you had to put in for it was so goofy. There was one for HelloFresh where it was like, do a cooking stream. And it was just like,
that seems fun.
Yeah, that was fine. But then it was like, you had to mention HelloFresh like 6 times an hour or something. It was a lot of goofiness. But the money was like $2,500.
It's not too bad.
And that's why people do it. They see that offer, they just go, all right.
I will never get on anybody for getting their sponsorship back.
No.
I will get on people for taking off their hat and just going,
Gibbs.
Onigashimasu. How about some shekels?
Gives me that.
Okay, man. I personally wouldn't. But
Give shekels or hat in hand?
Hat in hand. I've tossed some people some money.
Of course.
When they need it. But those are people who are like, I like you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And these people, they might like him a lot, but they don't like him enough to watch him.
But they probably do. The ones that are going to go to his Patreon and get that money.
Mm-hmm.
They care enough. But it's the casual people that aren't watching Prison School a bunch of time. Those 900 people, whatever, those he's probably getting like 300 dedicated mothers.
I just don't think it's worth it.
No, absolutely not. Not for that content. He's trash. He's terrible.
He had 2 hat in hand videos?
Yes, you don't. Yes, sir. I still need your help, though.
That ain't enough.
That what y'all did, it was awesome. But I need a little bit more.
Let's keep it going, baby.
We're up. Let's go even further up. We're on like rung 3 of the ladder. I need to be on rung 6.
Let's put it like this. You get 3 coffees a week, $5 a piece, $15. Do you need that? Give it to me.
Do 2 coffees and give me the $5.
Yeah, easy. You're being more healthy and you're giving me money.
And you're helping a content creator that you like. And you guys do like me, right? Oh, Phil. Oh, my f***ing God. You guys tell me the content you want. I don't want you guys to stick it to the troll. I want you to support because you like me as a person and the content I do. He stinks! Rolling out cat like that! And from what I hear, she was good! At least better than Phil! Oh no. Oh no.
You've heard.
I heard she was engaged with the chat.
She was not.
I heard she was explaining things in the game.
She was, because she had already beaten this section.
And I heard she could be a streamer if she wanted to.
I disagree.
Oh no. See, I was looking at and he restreamed it and I was like, do I want to watch that? And then I went, I just feel so bad for Kat. I really don't.
I watched Anne. Anne was not kind.
Oh no, Anne, what are you doing?
It was justified.
Oh, okay, Anne.
She seemed more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
She was laughing at Phil more.
Of course, she's like 3 feet below him on the chair. What are you doing by a chair, you cuck? What are you doing? That setup is horrible. You had all this time. You knew this was coming.
He goes.
Take her chair out of her office or room or whatever.
This love goes. I got a splitter. But it didn't work. So we can't be looking around for all these other headphones and stuff. So I'm just not gonna hear it. It's like, was this sprung on you, Phil? Or did you plan this for weeks?
So wait. That was an old splitter he had that he just, or did he buy a new one?
He bought a new splitter.
And it just didn't work?
Yes.
I don't believe you, Phil.
There's no reason to believe Phil in a lot of things that he says. I will just say it was a bore.
Yes, of course.
Phil was on try hard mode.
Of course.
Kat was just like I said, Kat had already played it, so she had beaten it, so she just knew everything what to do. Mm-hmm. And Phil was just on laser focus band mode. And there were the bad questions. And it was just very boring.
How do you run out of questions the second time she's on stream?
Because she's nothing.
No, it's not even that she's nothing. She's not allowed to answer things to become a something. Do you think they would ever get a piss feet discussion out of them? It doesn't get a chance to get there.
I wish I could find that because it was like the first question. It would take too long.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch
it. The first thing that she was asked, he cut her off. And it was a hard cut, but it's not worth finding. We've been rambling for longer than this.
Yeah, because
we talked about the video.
We had an hour. We gotta get them something, otherwise they're gonna complain. Why'd you do this? Just suck it.
What are we supposed to say about King Crimson? They suck.
We allegedly.
You're
lucky I don't have my phone, because I would hit up Spotify right now.
You act like I don't have 9%, and I'm willing to use some of them on Crimson King. King Crimson, sorry.
The Court of the Crimson King. I just need
10-minute songs.
Hey, you like Queen. Let's not do this.
Oh, good, yeah, because Queen is good.
Okay, let's not do this 10 minutes. Like, that's the issue.
In between lines, they're cycling muff in and out.
As a man that loves the Garden of Jane Delany, I can't really say.
I don't know what that is.
Have you ever watched the vignette for Kevin Steen and El Generico?
Yes.
Where it goes, it's like a sampled rap song. Mm-hmm. It's the song they sampled for that.
That's fine.
It's a really good folk song.
Everybody has their weird things, and that's fine. I'm a big Gaga lady. I'm not a lady.
And she's not Gaga.
But I love Gaga.
Yeah.
I love Sia. Everybody got their dumb little thing. King Crimson's not good.
We don't know that.
In 10-minute songs.
And then
Queen,
stop saying
it's a problem when it's 10 minutes of warbling. Shut up! The Black Witch and the Moon Queen. Oh yeah, great, fantastic.
Turkey necking your way through a song. Yeah, nobody wants
it. He's been singing these same songs for in 60 years.
Hey, who knows if it's him? That's been singing to be the most fair. They done cycled some mothers.
Everybody, the first mother.
Dying in this country, muff. Let's get the f out of here. I don't know why I thought about that video this morning. I can't see Polly. Let's get the f out of here.
What really happened?
What the f? I'm dying in this country, muff. I got all in my mouth. I can't see Polly. Let's get the. I don't know why the stuttering after I can't see Paul. I can't see Pollen. Let's get the.
That could be a part of the ending. Let's get the.
Oh yeah. Oh absolutely. I can't see. here. Oh, I know what I'm watching right before Anne.
Let's get the out of here. I will not be sharing what that angry Japanese song is. You can find it yourself.
Yeah, Shazam it.
Yeah. Good luck, cucks. It's a good song. It's a good band. I really like the band. We will. I know I only knew that because I'm just like, as I was talking, I was really just feeling tired, just like, is he looking at?